Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
It's my favorite day of the week. It's Thursday. You know why I love Thursday? Because it's Family Feud Day here on Baseball is Dead. It's also the day that we kind of get to like look back on any stories that we may want to, put the icing on the cake with. It's also the day that we can look forward to the big weekend series that are coming up. And we kind of got to like fill in those gaps because we don't do another show until Monday. That's the biggest gap of the week is Thursday to Monday. So we gotta do a good job lathering you guys up before we set you off into the world for a weekend of no baseball is dead. Trust me, we will do our best to do that. We will bring you a world of baseball entertainment today, as we did yesterday with Ryan Dempster, who was on the podcast.
That's right.
Shout out to Ryan Dempster. If you missed that one, go back and listen to that one. Always a fun conversation when Demp comes on. I do, however, come to you with good news and then bad news. So the good news doesn't exist anymore. The update happened right since our last recording. So for anyone that's following along, every year I play in the Oldtime Baseball game, which is Steve Buckley, who used to write for the Herald, and now he writes for the Athletic, and famously was on the Big Show on WEEI, and he's a legend journalist, writer in Boston. He started putting this game on in the 90s, and they wear like the old time uniforms. Every year I get called a hobbit because I look small. Like my uniform is like a 4X. I'm like, I'm not that small.
Year.
The uniform is huge.
Every year he disappears the same size, and everybody's like, well, he's still small.
No. It's the old time like wool uniforms, which is why August is a perfect month to have it every single year. I love that. But every year there's like a celebrity guest. It's one year we had Pedro. We've had Tim Wakefield. Last year, Papelbon hit me. Clemens has pitched in the game. Fred Lynn was there one year. Mike Timlin pitched one year. So yes, there's always some attraction to it. And this year, Brock Holt was supposed to play in the game. But last night it rained, so the game got postponed. And Brock Holt's flight back home was this morning. So Brock Holt cannot play in the rescheduled game, which is tonight. But luckily, I got an update. How timely, after our conversation 2-3 weeks ago on Family Feud, if Jared got to face Rich Hill, or if you got to face Rich Hill, how many 10 times, how many hits would you get? I think I said 7. So then we get the update. Hey, no Brock Holt, but we do have Rich Hill. Rich Hill's going to replace Brock Holt. And I said, glory be to God. Finally, the opportunity to showcase that not just my skill, but just that I'm right. I need to I feel like the people listening know that I'm right, but the people that are sitting here next to me on this particular program, they have their not just doubts, but complete disbeliefs. It's like doubt leaves room for it could happen. They just do not believe that it could happen. So I was like, thank God I get to face Rich Hill, and not like during a time where he's
No. Don't be careful. Be careful what you're about to do right now, because it's not gonna. Don't do it. Don't do it.
If I was gonna face Rich Hill, I wanted it to be, because the question was if you faced him right now. So about a month later, and about a month removed from him pitching in big league ball games, I was like, okay, I get to face Rich Hill. We'll find out tonight. We'll find out tonight.
Just so you understand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Let's ask it this way. How would you, let's say you were able to strike the baseball and it were to find a hole, mm-hmm. and we were able to call that a hit for some mm-hmm. ungodly reason that happened.
Mm-hmm.
How would you speak about this? Like, you got a hit off of who? Rich Hill. Mm-hmm. But who is Rich Hill?
Red Sox legend, Dodger World Series hero, Rich Hill.
Also a what at the time? At the time they'll be facing him, he is a
former Oakland A.
Former.
Mm-hmm.
Former. for me. So it felt like you were really after.
You think that my angle is going to be that I got to hit off a current Major League Baseball pitcher?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
that's
all right. I'll look at this two ways, Dallas. Let's look at it the first way.
Because when I said it, let's look at it two ways. At the time, he was a big leaguer, and so now,
Dallas. Obviously, I could get a hit against big leaguers. Like I think
that is not obvious.
Yeah,
that is not obvious.
No, it is.
Face high school children. Individuals who still had curfews.
I'm sorry.
Refused to face them.
I'm sorry. Did you not see the video of me in the traject machine hitting
now
fucking laser beams off Aroldis Chapman?
Resuscitated Rich Hill, and you're gonna fuck. You know what? Is he alive?
Dallas,
yeah, I'll face him.
You're a baseball analyst. Who would you say has been the best reliever in baseball this year? Would you say Aroldis Chapman has a case for that? Well, I went in the traject machine earlier this year and was hitting fucking cock shots off Aroldis Chapman. So. Yeah, could I hit a big league ball, an active big leaguer? Yes. The answer is yes. The question was Rich Hill, who's kind of like, he's not retired. He's on snooze. He's not on a team right now. He's not on a team right now, but like he probably will be. I don't think he's done. So like
it's what we call a holding pattern. And I don't want to say unequivocally, but I'm not sure Rich Hill's going to throw baseballs for another big league team this year at least. And I'm not going to count Rich Hill out of next year because of what happened this year.
Sure. Here's why none of this matters. He's playing first base.
I love that. That's what I would do. Oh, he's not what? He's not pitching?
No.
Oh.
No, he's not pitching. I don't know why. But he's participating in the game because Brock couldn't do it, and he's a good guy, so he's over in Milton. Now he's going to Cambridge tonight to play in the game. He's playing first base. So then I was like, all right, well, I still getting at bat, right? And they're like, yeah, so like you're going to get Jesus de los Cristos. He's a 6'7" right-hander from Venezuela who throws 97. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I was supposed to face Brock Holt and his lob balls or 47-year-old Rich Hill, who's a lefty. I crush lefties. Now I have to face a real hard-throwing righty. I don't want to do that.
What'd you say his name? Jesus de la Christmas?
I made that name up entirely, but he
I was going to say Jingle Bells, motherfucker, because Jesus de la Christmas has some fucking noise for that ass.
Yeah, I was like, I knew I was in for it when I was like, oh, well, how hard does he throw? And he just goes, hard. And I was like, okay.
Yes.
I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, where do you want to hit in the order? So we have to stream Red Sox Yankees tonight. It's like that's why we picked the off night on Wednesday to do this, and now it's pushed to tonight. So I have to stream Red Sox Yankees. So I'm literally just going to get one at bat and then hit the road. But they were like, "Where do you want to hit?" And I was like, "I feel like this is a trick question. Like if I hit 1 through 3rd, I can get home sooner because I'm probably going to punch out. But like if I want a chance at getting a hit, maybe I pick.
You got a hit later,
6, later so I can face old Haas Rayburn who's coming out of the bullpen.
Don't dodge. Hey, I know the holidays aren't for everybody, but don't dodge Jesus de la Christmas. All right. that guy needs live ABs, Jared. If he's going to get back to where he wants to be, he's going to need live ABs. And if you're going to be the best competition that Jesus de la Christmas has on any given day, then damn it, you need to do your part.
I think he's probably tuned up. He's probably coming off his D1 college season where he struck out 130 batters in 67 innings. Like I don't need this.
The clip of him striking out Carabas is going to be the most viral clip of De La Christmas's career.
De La Christmas is going to light me up, and I I'm not a decoration. Don't culturally appropriate.
I was just gonna say, Jesus de la Christmas is about to go Clark Griswold on your ass and turn you into fucking Rudolph and light that ass up in front of God and everybody. Yeah, can I get? I need that to be streamed. That's what needs to be streaming. Is Jesus de la Christmas plugging in on you?
Mikey's gonna be there, so I think I don't know if we have the ability, but if they are live streaming the game, I'm pretty sure he can just make my box my at bat.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would need to be there, yeah, and I'm sure he could do that. If not, if he can't stream that, Mikey, am going to need a direct FaceTime for the moment. I'll need that. I could throw that right up on my computer while the game's going on. Doesn't matter. No, the game's. My game will be over. I might be in the air. Fuck, I might be back home.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be too bad if you missed it, though.
Imagine being in the comfort of your home, sitting back, maybe in your hot tub, watching a live stream of fucking De La Christmas lighting your boy up.
Just fucking God, I would feel
so 87 bad. Bendy down and away. Carrabba's is throwing his back out.
Yeah, that's what happens with these guys is there was one super anticlimactic year where there was no Red Sox special guest. They had me go out there against this fucking college like submariner. It was like Chad Bradford Jr. was out there just hucking it from third base. And I was like, what are we doing, man? Like, I'm a podcaster. Like, I don't know why we need to like be grunting, trying to get outs, whatever. It's for a great cause. I always need to remember that. But every year I step in the batter's box and I'm like, why? Why can't I just work the t-shirt table or something?
No, it's not what we're here for.
Because then they wouldn't get Carrabba's against Christmas.
Yeah.
Carrabba's Christmas. Showdown of the century.
Oh, a Carrabba's.
I mean, the joke's on you because I'm batting 1,000 my last 2 years.
I think this is going to right the ship. I think this is, as they say, going to even things out.
You think Delos Christmas is going to punch my ticket?
Yeah, I think De La Christmas has a very good chance. Just from some of the reports I've seen, Jared, De La Christmas is a guy who he likes to move the baseball around. He's got some arm side run that he hasn't really harnessed.
Right.
And I think that could be problematic at 97.
He's got 18 feet of break on the sweeper.
Yeah, I don't need you going full Victor Robles here if one gets away from Christmas.
I mean, that would be back-to-back years that I've been hit by a pitch, so I can't have that.
Yeah, well, again, pick your battles, or
Man,
take
either way, like going from Brock Holt, who's attempting to throw like 34, like this, because he has the record for slowest pitch thrown for a strike in Major League Baseball history. Like, I'm sure he was going to try and do that again. To Delos Christmas is not. That's not the matchup you're hoping to pull out of the hat.
No, well, it's like finding out you're going against Charlie Huff, which not a fun at bat in itself. But then it's like, you know what? Instead of Charlie Huff, here we have Mason Miller. Yeah. Like, oh, I just went from facing like a 54-year-old knuckleballer to a kid that's throwing harder and harder every time the ball comes out of his hand. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. I'm pulling for you.
You're not, but like,
no.
I wish Christmas was lefty.
Would that give you some confidence to hang in there a little longer?
Yeah. It really would. Like, I just do not see the ball well from righties at all. Like, I didn't find this out until later in life when I was like in the 16 to 18 league as a 23-year-old. But because you don't really see a ton of lefties around here, and it's like, oh, do I suck or am I just Rob Refsnyder? Like, I didn't realize I'm just Rob Refsnyder, and that's fine. I think as I got older, and I don't know, never not got a hit off a lefty pretty much, like in my life. I can't recall not getting a fucking hit off a lefty. And then you just see all these right-handers and they just bully me, and it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that.
Think about what your presence did for all those 16-year-old left-handers.
I mean, it taught them a lesson. Probably motivated them to be better. It's like, how do I get this guy out? You can't.
Yeah, I think the lesson was much bigger than the one you thought that you were teaching in the moment.
The lesson on how to get him out was wait 5 years to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait 5 years, do steroids, and play in the illegal league. That is your best shot. Kidding. Life lessons with the Rocket.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
put it this way. Dallas in the 90s, 5-year age gaps were perfectly legal and people were taking steroids without consequence. So what's the difference?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's you're absolutely correct. I mean, there were some other folks who were kind of overlooking the 5-year age gap, but
there you go.
It is what it is.
You know where else I was absolutely correct, Dallas?
Where?
On the Underdog Fantasy app last night.
Oh yeah, but what? So I mean,
did you put out a pack, or did you ever get around to that?
A pack that I believe if you would have offered just $1, you could have retired if you would have won.
Oh, just $1.
I mean, my packs are. Look, I don't want to call them hit or miss, but what I will call them is life changing. Should they hit? That's
okay.
what I will say. Yeah.
All right. Who were some of the names on there that you were featuring?
I believe I did not have Kershaw. No. Martin Perez, who actually came through for me, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
Mizorowski, Kikuchi, Senga, Tanner Gordon. Yeah. I mean, obviously, not everybody came to play, and that's okay. It happens. It happens when you're lumping together, a serious path to victory that could be extremely beneficial. Sometimes those paths are a little bumpier than others, Jared.
Sure. Yeah. Kershaw goes tonight.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
Would you, let's see, you leaned on Nick Kurtz, chalk. You leaned on Langoliers, chalk, the two best hitters in baseball since the All-Star break. And then, I don't know, for fun, what'd you do? Did you throw in an Ohtani just to get really crazy? Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah, I did.
Are you serious?
Well, if it were that easy, everyone would do it, Dallas.
Well, I mean, the hitting, like, come on. Would you make him? Did you make him 17 cents on their dollar? That's good for you.
The Underdog Fantasy app is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as not taking Dallas's picks, because those are not going to win. But if you take mine, they do win. They really do. They just won last night. Money. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. So like I would rather just win than like, if I win, you get so much money and then just never win. You know what I mean? Like I'm a building block guy.
Oh, okay. Tiny blocks. That's fine.
No,
take a lot of them to get bigger. That's okay. That's okay. I'm here for the thrill of the hunt, Jared. I would love to
see some data research. Like if you threw $20 on my packs for the whole year, you'd have to be in the green. You'd have to be able to like have a down payment for a $5 million mansion or something like that.
That's probably a little aggressive.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd win a lot.
I don't think it's quite there.
Yeah, and the people that ride with me, they motivate me every day. Like if I lose like back to back, they're like, "We got to get back on the horse today. We got like I don't know when the last time I lost more than like 2 straight." So that's probably what it was. I probably like lost like a couple in a row, and then I'm just like, "All right, if we got to play it safe just to get a win, then we got to play it safe to get a win." Like it's about being in the green for the season, baby.
It's like the equivalent of like shortening up your stroke, right?
Yeah.
We complain that modern baseball players, can't do that enough, and here you are out
choking
here
up,
just a modern podcaster,
right?
Shortening up,
right?
Yeah, that's the difference. Is you're battling, Jared. You're battling for that 800.
You
OPS.
never win. What are you talking about?
You're battling for the 800 OPS. I take some big swings.
You never hit home runs.
I produce runs
ever. You're Connor Wong,
maybe
dude.
sporadically.
You are Connor Wong.
But
yeah,
you
have
hit the
zero
first
home runs,
5-run homer ever hit.
0 home runs, and
not easy
you
to
have
do.
2 RBI, and they're both on sac flies.
I'm winning games. I'm winning games with one swing of the bat.
Dallas Wong, as they call him. Connor Braden.
Dallas right.
Yeah, that's sad, man. I'm sorry. You know what? I want to apologize to anyone that listens to this podcast who may have found Dallas's packs through us, this show. Because you're probably down bad right now. You're probably down real bad.
No, they that's the thing is they understand. Look, this is not a lot here. I can throw some milk money at this thing and in return get the fucking cow. Like that's I like that. I like the odds.
Yeah. I'm happy for you, pal. You know, I think this is a great clip that just went out from the show though, because I don't know if he's shared that story. I'm sure he had to. He probably gets asked about A-Rod all the time. Like that, like he mentioned in the interview, Ryan Dempster, that the A-Rod, like him plunking A-Rod, that clip, I see it all the time to this day. It's been over 10 years since that happened. But we asked him, have you guys crossed paths since then? And he told the story of them actually crossing paths. And it's a lighthearted story. It's not what you would think. So that's in the interview from yesterday's episode. Go check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, that clip just came out. I'm interested to see if people have heard that one yet.
It's kind of cool to get an organic. I mean, not many people could have heard it, right? Because I mean, I guess there's a detail in there that gives you a timeline on when it happened. So I feel like it couldn't have circulated that much. I think it's kind of cool that we got, what is, I think, largely an unheard of story.
Yeah, that's what happened with the Weaver story with Seager.
Yeah,
that story. I mean, that was on Starting Nine. I still to this day see that clip, like just the audio. Like people will just rip our audio and not say where it came from. But yeah, I see that all the time. Like I lit him up with all that 86 or whatever it was.
Yeah, 85. Fuck, I loved it because it was insight for like to who Weaver is personality wise, and I think a lot of people thought he just walked around like, oh man, like he's a dick. And I think you learn quickly that that's just it's different.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't realize that Dempster hitting A-Rod was in 2013. In my mind, it was 2014. Because I feel like that happening is like a special moment in a special season that you just don't forget. But I don't know why. Like I associated it with 2014 because it was like I remember like A-Rod hit a home run after, and like I'm pretty sure the Yankees still won. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah.
We did get a Kyle Tucker update last night.
Tough break.
I see what you did there. It's a right hand fracture that he suffered last month.
Do we have an instance in which we think this happened?
I haven't seen any videos or anything like that. Jay, did they mention in the story anything like that?
No,
No.
Oh, in June.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He was injured sliding into a second base against the Reds on June 1st, but those X-rays were initially negative. But further imaging showed a slight fracture on the top of his hand. More tests in mid-June showed the injury was healing, but it was still affecting Tucker, who might have begun favoring his hand, leading to poor mechanics. That last part is speculation by the author of the article. But it sounds like to me that he was aware, and the team has been aware, that this is a thing for almost the entire time of the injury, or at least that it was like we have it. June 1, he slides into second base. And by mid-June, there was optimism that it was healing. but that it wasn't really, I guess, is the takeaway. So I think it lines up with, I think you're never rooting for someone to be injured, but I do think the Dempster interview, the conversations that we've had about Tucker, the information that has been out there statistically, anecdotally about how he's played, this all lines up. And I do wonder whether the noise on Kyle Tucker, not just on this podcast, I mean like nationally and locally, had reached a pitch where the team really couldn't not have something get out or leak or address the idea that he was injured.
Well, like, I mean, he hit over 300 for the month. And so whether it's a combination of initial imaging that may have had some fluid around the site of the injury that could have very well muddied imaging so you don't get the revelation of this fracture, or is it, hey, the imaging was negative, so as you persist throughout the month and continue to stress the area, is this something where over time this fracture actually did occur over time post initial imaging and became an issue that he was not able to work through and was not able to manage the pain on? Because after that, after the month of June, July comes and he hits almost 100 points lower in the month of July than he did in June. And that's when you really start to see the downturn. And then you can highlight what you have seen all through the month of August here. And well, it's been dismal to say the least.
The Cubs and Brewers are playing a 5-game series. Yeah, they played 2 on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a scheduled 4-gamer, I believe, with
a rain makeup from August or earlier. When the fuck is it?
Well, it was a rain makeup from earlier in the season, but then that itself was the initial doubleheader was also rained out, and then they had to play it the next day.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, doubleheader was Tuesday. They play again this afternoon. These are the types of series where fights happen. Like if
you play each other for a week and you're sick of each other.
Right, you're sick of each other. It's first place, second place, and it's a 5-game series. That's that usually results in some strong feelings in the negative realm. But yeah, so far so good for the Cubbies. You know,
I was going to say they've been chipping away.
They win today. It's what, 5?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be crazy. Like the Brewers basically went on like a 65-2 run, and to only have a 5-game lead at the end of that, it would be pretty crazy, I think. So
well, that's why it's important to win the important games, and this is clearly an important game. It's an important series.
I mean, it's going to be a good pitching matchup too. It's not like one arm favors the other team.
Imanaga
and
Priester.
Mm-hmm.
The entire series is not about him or his performance yesterday, but doesn't the Mizorowski in the All-Star game thing feel just even a little sillier right now? Like I don't know. It's not about him, but I was taking in his second half performance, and he really hasn't been all that good or effective in the second half or special, other than the velocity. And it just like that whole All-Star game felt just so forced and weird at the time. And you know,
yeah, is it almost
he's been
like
real
there
bumpy
was,
in the second half?
It's almost like there were some other guys who had a great first half that could have been acknowledged as All-Stars.
Well, I mean, the guy who became the center of that controversy has vaulted himself to like either the 1A or the co-lead for the NL Cy Young since then.
Are we talking Christopher Sanchez?
We are talking.
Yes, we are.
Sanchez. So
it'd just be nice for him to have that fucking acknowledgement. That's all. That'd be sweet.
For sure. But, you know, going back to Jared's initial thing about the series, like we said at the beginning that it would be cool to hear or to figure out what we learned about this series, and to get an extreme result series-wise either way is more interesting. And if the Cubs are able to take 4 of 5 from the Brewers in this series and set up the 5-game deficit with, you know, a month and change to play, 5 weeks to play, that's legitimately interesting again. And I think that would be without the Cubs offense really truly getting going as a full unit. Like I know Bush has perked up, and Matt Shaw has continued to hit the ball well, but that's what I'm rooting for as a neutral baseball fan, just as tight of a division situation as we can get coming out of this series.
And I think it's interesting just because of what we had been talking about with the Brewers and how dangerous they could be in a short series. And now here we are basically talking about a division series setting, and they got absolutely fucking twerked.
I think the Cubs doing this at the time that they're doing it, like on both sides of it, like your best player is not just hurt, but he's not playing. And the Brewers just played 8-20 ball for a month and a half, and you have the chance to take 4 out of 5. Like there's no like, cooling down period like that. They just won 14 straight games.
You're going to cool them down
Sunday, and then they started to play you.
Yeah, like this is the point where if you're the Cubs, you would love to be able to, when it's all said and done, go back to this series and go, this is where we got right for the long haul, for the push. And this is where we did ourselves a favor against these guys. And that is where the Brewers might, unfortunately, go back and look and go, things were so good until they were not, until we ran into the buzzsaw that was the Chicago Cubs at seemingly the most opportune time. We were playing the best brand of baseball we could have been playing. They were light, a superstar who frankly hadn't been contributing much either. So either way you look at it, this was a series that they felt like this is a wonderful opportunity to essentially put the stamp on the division. Because if the Brewers walk out of there with 4 out of 5, now we're talking about a potential, 10-game lead or so in that division?
Mm-hmm.
Shit looks a lot different. A lot different. And now here we are. The Cubs have life breathed back into them to the point where why is the division not a very real target for them still?
I think to add another layer to how impressive it's been, like Shaw is the only dude that's really hit in the series. Like it's not like oh, PCA's back. Like, nope. Oh, Kyle Tucker figured it out. He hasn't played. So all things considered, just this series alone has been incredibly impressive for the Cubs. Like it's undeniably impressive to, again, lay it all out. The Brewers just won 14 straight games and played 8-20 ball for almost 50 game sample. Then the Cubs lost their best player. I mean, their best hitter, because if you want to call PCA their best player based on his performance this year, he's not hurt. He's just sucked the entire second half.
Not playing
and
well.
He's continued to suck in this series. Kyle Tucker has been benched, and you have one dude who's kind of been not even like the offensive standout of the series, but for the Cubs, yes. For the series, no. All things considered, all of this leans towards, this is an easy 4 out of 5, maybe 5 out of 5 for the Brewers, and it's gone the other way.
And just one more thing too, like, we talk a lot about the Cubs' lack of high-level spending from ownership in the front office and stuff like that, but this scenario, I think, is a good example of one thing that they have done well recently, which is minor league player development and having players ready to go in spots that they need. Like Matt Shaw took a little while, but is really filling the void at third base. And to Jared's point, has been arguably their best offensive player over X number of weeks. And more specifically to the Tucker thing, they had Owen Casey ready at AAA to use in this scenario. And he's not a 1-for-1 replacement for Kyle Tucker. Nobody would be in that case. But Owen Casey also had a 289, 389, 566 triple slash at AAA, and has come up and, again, a very, very, very small sample, but has not embarrassed himself on the big league stage and has been a net positive for their ability to win games so far. So their ability to populate the roster with inexpensive, effective young players is, the flip side to them not spending the way we want to is that they've been really good at that. And we'll see how Casey does over the long term. But in the short term, he's been a plug and play option for Kyle Tucker in the wake of him sitting out.
He's been good. He has been good. He's hitting 364 with an OPS over 1,000 in this series. So, yeah, can't say he didn't show up. He did. He has. But he is just like if you sort by OPS, it's like Brewer, Cub, Brewer for this series. Crazy. Dallas, do you have the fucking balls today to say that the Cubs are going to take 4 out of 5 from the Milwaukee Brewers? Is that something you would sack up and say into a microphone?
The lefty Imanaga is absolutely going to take care of business today.
Wow. No respect for Quinn Priester, huh?
It's the respect I have for Shota Imanaga.
Which in turn is disrespect to Quinn Priester. Unfortunately,
it's just,
I don't think you get to have it both ways.
Nope. This is riding the lefty split. That's what we're doing today. You'll probably pop up on a pack later.
Wow.
Yeah. Just be careful. Just be careful. That's a 7.2 ERA and 4 homers allowed in 15 innings pitched for Imanaga against the Brewers.
That's all right.
We own that ass.
At some point.
We own that ass, Dallas.
He's due.
Law of averages.
That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. Kind of like rough greens. You know what I'm saying? Rough. You feel me on that, DB?
I gotcha.
Yeah. I actually just put a scoop of rough greens in Ace's bowl before we came up here. We went earlier than usual today to accommodate Diva Dallas. And I was like, got to get up earlier, which means start my routine earlier, which means take Ace out earlier, which means give him breakfast earlier. And no meal is complete without rough greens when it comes to Ace. He's a young pup, but it's never too early to start living a much healthier life, thanks to rough greens. It promotes longevity by addressing common nutritional deficiencies found in processed dog food. Rough greens supplements the diet with natural antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that help reduce oxidative stress. Bet you didn't think I could read that word, Dallas. Support immune defense and slow age-related decline, helping dogs stay active, mobile, and alert as they age. It's big time. We want our dogs to live forever. This is how we do our best with that. Traditional dog food is shelf stable for years because it's lifeless. Rough Greens brings the nutrition back, packed with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and omega oils. Rough Greens was created by a doctor. Dr. Dennis Black is a 40-year cancer survivor and has been helping humans and their pets for over 25 years. Rough Greens isn't a dog food. It's a live nutritional supplement you add to your dog's food. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens. It is that easy. Don't change your dog's food. Just add Rough Greens. Rough Greens is offering a free Jumpstart trial bag. All you have to do is cover the shipping. Use the promo code BID to claim your free Jumpstart trial bag at roughgreens.com. That's rough, RUFF, greens.com, promo code BID. So don't change your dog's food. Just add Rough Greens and watch the health benefits come alive. Oh, are the Yankees back, Jay? Hey, would you say that?
I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, they feel back from a performance standpoint, but are they really back in the division? Doesn't feel like an enormous amount of progress has been made there.
Well, that could very well change here soon. Could it not? We got
It could.
Was it 3-game set? 4-game set?
I mean, yeah, sorry. There's been a lot of change relative to the Red Sox, but they're still 4 games back of the Blue Jays, so I'm hesitant to say that they're back. I mean, their picture in some ways looks not totally dissimilar to what it looked before they got hot, which is that they're very, very, very likely to make the postseason and still have an uphill battle to win the division. But I think as they always are, I don't think there's anything I'm more tired of that recurs every single goddamn season than the mid-season like Yankees fan bitch fest about like some like 8-14 swoon in the middle of the season. That's like par for the course for every single baseball team that's ever existed ever. And then they right the ship and then they're totally fine. So they're at a 548 winning percentage, 69-57. Yeah, I think they're back. I think they still have some of the same issues that we talked about before, but I do think that they have an argument as honestly, there's no team in the AL, and I would have said this before while they were swooning. I hopefully did. I think that there's no team in the AL that the Yankees can't beat in a head-to-head series, and depending on how things shake out from here to the end of the season, I think there's a decent case that they'll be favored in almost any head-to-head postseason series that they face, maybe with the exception of the Tigers, and I'm not even sure that's the case.
Dallas, how do you feel about what the Yankees have accomplished for themselves? I feel like they do this every year where they're the kings of April. They shoot out of the gate and everyone's like, World Series, we're going back to the World Series, dude. And then they, around the trade deadline, they usually start to flounder. They either don't get the upgrades that they want, or the ones that they get aren't great. And then they suck for a little bit, but then they always flip a switch and they turn it back on. And they always have a winning record. I think the last time they had a winning record was before any of us, or didn't have a winning record was before any of us were alive. But what do you make of the Yankees kind of turning the page here?
Well, it feels like, to your point about things always kind of stumbling a bit halfway through, and then it feels like they spend a month kind of gathering themselves, but for some reason are still well within striking distance, and then you look up and they've gone on a run. Aaron Judge has hit fucking 20 homers in 22 days or something crazy, and they're right back to being, a potential juggernaut. What I found interesting is that as we sit today, how many games separate them and the Blue Jays? Four games?
Yeah, I think it's 4 games. Yeah,
like
Toronto
we just got
again.
Yeah, we just got done talking about how the Cubs and the Brewers are playing a 5-game series. And I just, the fact that the Jays have a 71% chance to win the division, and the Yankees, the way that they've been playing right now, still just a 25% chance to win the division with just a 4-game period, or just a 4-game mark separating the two. I found that to be interesting because I feel like there's still an opportunity for them to make a push at that division. I think it's been something where, look, like defensively, they've had some things that have needed to be cleaned up. And I think that's been obvious for a while. But it's just about being able to click on the right cylinders at the right time. And that's what's happening. I don't know that it's more than that.
I think what's very interesting about the Yankees situation right now is they are in the exact same position that Red Sox fans were in like a week and change ago, where they're within 4 games. They've won 5 straight. And now all the Yankee fans on Twitter I'm seeing, fuck the wild card. We want the division. Here we come. And it's like, you've been one of the worst teams in the league for the last 2 months. Like, be happy that you're just back in the division race, because trust me, you don't want to be like the Red Sox have lost 7 out of 10. They have lost 3 straight. And I mean, we were riding high. I was saying the same thing. I was saying, fuck that wild card, let's go get the division. And it's not impossible. They're 5.5 back. I wouldn't say it's impossible. They still have, I believe, 3 games against each other. So never say never, but also just a warning to Yankee fans, like, hey, that magic mushroom in Mario Kart that you guys just took, it does wear off. Just letting you know, it does wear off. And I don't know that the Yankees have enough to actually catch up to the Blue Jays. But I'm assuming they play. What's the schedule look like for the Yankees?
Right now,
I got it right here. The Yankees still have to play the Tigers for 3, the Blue Jays for 3, the Astros for 3, and the Red Sox for 7. Of course, a 4-game series between those two teams begins tonight at Yankee Stadium. So, I mean, but they still have 7 left against the White Sox. They get the Nats for 3. They have the Twins, and they have the Orioles for 7. So I don't want to say it, but like the Orioles could be the team that fucks this up for New York. Out of all the teams that the Yankees still have to play this year, of course, 7, like you have 7 against the Red Sox and 7 against the Orioles. If I'm a Yankee fan, I don't know that I'm still saying like, yeah, let's go get the division. The Orioles could be a team that fucks that dream up real quick. As we just saw at Fenway Park, they took 2 out of 2 from the Red Sox at Fenway, a place where the Red Sox at the time were 17 games over 500. They've dominated at Fenway Park this year. And I saw the pitching matchups and I was like, uh-oh. You know, like I know that I did local radio here on Wednesday, and Maz had grouped the Orioles in as, you know, you can't be losing to these bad teams. And I was like, have you looked at what the Orioles have done over the last 2 months or so? Like they're not a bad team. A lot of people, me, picked them to win the division this year. So I understand they sold at the deadline, but they've been playing good ball for a while. And the Yankees still have 7 against them and 7 against the Red Sox, a team that is what, 5-1 against them this year? So I would say pump the brakes on your division hopes. Just for now. Sorry.
Well, the Blue Jays, what the Blue Jays have ahead of them right now. What's today? Is today the 21st or the 22nd? Today's the 21st.
Today's the 21st.
So the Blue Jays have an off day, and then their next 6 games will be against the Marlins and the Twins coming out of an off day. And then they face the Brewers to end the month of August.
They have a tough schedule.
So from there, I mean, there's some bumps, but I think there's some room for error as well, right? You got the Reds.
Put it this way: their next 2 series are against the Twins and the Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after they take that off their schedule, the Twins and the Marlins, the rest of the teams that they play are good, or should be.
Yeah, should be
except
good.
for Tampa. Tampa's the only easy series. Well, they have 7 left against Tampa, but it's like they've got 3 against the Brewers, 3 against the Yankees, 3 against the Astros, 3 against the Red Sox, 3 against the Reds, 3 against the Royals, 3 against the Orioles, who we just talked about having been a much better team than what people give them credit for. The only easy games that they would have is 7 against Tampa once they're done with Minnesota and Miami.
And I don't want to call them easy games, but that's a large portion. Like 7 games, man. Like 7 games is a large sample for you to be able to get yourself right, or, you know, get over a hump that you may have not been able to clear previously.
Rays have ruined some postseason hopes before.
You know what?
Some superior AL East teams. You know what?
You are correct. They do be doing that shit.
They do.
They had done that shit.
Still one of the craziest fucking sequences in my baseball lifetime. But
I'm still not okay from
yeah,
that.
we don't have to talk about it. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, we did talk about it with Evan Longoria.
Yeah, I just mean we don't have to rehash it right now. But be sure to check out that interview with Evan Longoria.
Yeah, I'm sure that interview is definitely still posted somewhere, not thrown into a trash basket. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Dallas, you got to bounce soon, so you know what? Fuck it.
Welcome back to Baseball is Dead Family Feud. I'm your man, Justin Havens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have a special Family Feud set up for you today. It's a great slate. I'm just going to say that the questions that were produced last night in a very special powwow, the spread is great. It's going to set up for a great Family Feud. And I'm going to take a moment here to introduce a guest question asker for question number 1, the creator of the question.
Wow.
So let me just give and it's a very targeted question, so I want to make sure that it's delivered appropriately. Yeah.
Knew where this was going. The Hussein brothers are at it again.
Hello. Thank you. This is quite a warm welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's been a couple of weeks, maybe a month, but I'm back here for a question on Family Feud.
So
Dallas is first, Jared second.
I'm second. Okay. All right.
Yep. So Jared pops it off, and then you ask question 1 to Dallas, and
we'll flip it back. Got it. All right. Jared, can you hear me? I know the game. No. I hear it all the time. All right, here we go. Dallas, question number 1. If you...
Hey, Dallas, you haven't asked if I'm ready. You haven't asked if I'm ready yet.
You look ready. You look stressed. You look nervous. You're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, here you go. If you, Dallas, were a farm animal, what farm animal would you be?
I'd be a donkey.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
handing it over back to Justin. Thank you very much. Good answer.
Fucking nailed that.
Wow, that was very special. Yeah, that was. Thank you so much to our guest question asker, Brandon Havens. Also was the creator of that question. So
riveting. I think I got it.
Yeah, I think you probably nailed it. All right, question 2. What number will Kyle Tucker's contract this coming offseason begin with?
A 2.
When it's all said and done, where will Aaron Judge rank first, second, third, whatever, on the list of all-time greatest Yankees hitters?
1.
Question 4, name the percent of pitchers in Major League Baseball, rounded to the nearest 10%, so 20, 50, 70, whatever, that are left-handed.
Fuck. 20. It's not even... What the fuck?
And my favorite question of the week. Also, I believe Brandon came up with this one. How tall in feet and inches is the perfect baseball player?
6'4".
That's great.
What the fuck?
What did he say for the first one?
Right. If you were a farm animal.
All right, Jared, pop those on.
Oh my God.
All right. I'm gonna have you do the last question for Jared this time. All right.
Text him.
He sees it now. He sees it.
Okay.
Hello.
That
doesn't sound like it went well.
Good luck.
Oh, no.
Do you want to know Dallas's total?
Did he get to 100?
He did not.
Okay.
First time in a little while.
Did he get close?
Well, it's all relative, right? Like 50 or higher would be close, right? So yeah, he's at a nice 6'6", visually pleasing number. So we need 134 points. And you will be greeted by a guest question asker for the final for the final question.
For the final question.
Final question for you.
Okay.
First question for Dallas. Question number 1, you need 134 points. Not on this one, in all 5. If Dallas was a farm animal, which farm animal would he be?
A goat.
Surprised Dallas didn't say that as, calling himself the GOAT. What number will Kyle Tucker's contract this coming offseason begin with?
A 3.
Question 3. When it's all said and done, where will Aaron Judge rank on the list of all-time greatest Yankees hitters? First, second,
Ooh.
third, fourth, whatever.
Ooh. Second.
Okay. Question 4. Name the percent of pitchers in Major League Baseball, rounded to the nearest 10%, so 20, 50, 70, etc., that are left-handed.
30.
Final question, and I'm going to turn it over to my friend.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Final question. In feet and inches, how tall is the perfect baseball player?
Ooh. I would say 6'4".
6'4" is the answer.
6'5".
6'5". He goes 1 inch taller. Okay. Tall guys.
He wishes.
Thank you so much, Brandon. Thank you.
very much for the opportunity, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Oh wow, that was exhilarating. Classic to get a same answer. All right. So you said 6'5", that's correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I should have gone 6'3", but 6'5", it's fine.
All right, let's do this. Question number 1. If Dallas was a farm animal, which farm animal would he be? Dallas started us off with donkey.
Oh boy.
Self-effacing. That was the 4th most common answer. That got us started with 8 points.
Okay.
What was the right answer?
Jared came through with goat. That was the 2nd most common answer. That got him
Ooh.
20 points. So we're at 28 points through the first question. The number 1 answer,
Pig?
unfortunately, sir, was a pig.
Fuck.
The 3rd most common answer was a cow.
Wow.
So, maybe those are just the most common farm animals. Maybe people think you're a pig or a cow. Either way, sheep, chicken, horse, rooster, duck, llama are the other ones that got multiple votes.
I was thinking llama.
28 points through for the first question. Question number 2, what number will Kyle Tucker's contract this coming offseason begin with? Jared said a 2. I'm sorry.
No.
Dallas said a 2. I'm sorry. Dallas said a 2. That was the 3rd most common answer. That was worth 20 points. So we're up to 48 points total. Jared said a 3. A much better start. That's the 2nd most common answer. 30 fatties right there. Okay. The number 1 answer was still a 4, but it was 32 points. So you only left 2 points there on the table, Jared. So between those answers, you guys got a nice 50 points. So we're up to 78 points through 2 questions.
Okay.
Question 3, when it's all said and done, where will Aaron Judge rank on the list of all-time greatest Yankees? Dallas. Taking a page
Wait,
out
time
of...
out.
Yeah.
No, I heard
hitters.
Okay,
Yes, I didn't finish the
okay.
question.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
hitters. Yes.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All-time greatest Yankees hitters. That is the question that Discord got. That's the question I read you guys.
Okay.
No confusion. Dallas said numero uno. That was worth 6 points. That was unfortunately only the 5th most common answer. Jared.
What?
He said the 2nd best. That was the 2nd most common answer, and that got 26 points. So between those two, you guys got 32 points, and you're up to 110 points through 3 questions. The number 1 overall answer was 337. So
who'd you have?
If we're
Mantle?
if we're just chit-chatting, yeah, Ruth Mantle, DiMaggio, Gehrig, and I think, depending on how you're choosing to interpret the question, Jeter. I think those are the only people who could possibly be listed ahead of him. And then if you're really talking hitter, it's probably just
if you're really looking for a single to shallow right field, you dial up Jeets. But if you want to fucking bomb in the 3rd deck, I think Aaron Judge got you for that.
Well, 3 and 2 were the most common answers, and that feels right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at 110 with 2 questions left. So you guys need 90 points out of the last 2 questions. Name the percent of pitchers in Major League Baseball that are rounded to the nearest 10%, that are left-handed. Dallas said 20%. And then had a lot of doubt in himself that wasn't even close. It was pretty close. It was the third most common answer for 22 points. So that gets you to 132. We're creeping. Jared, Dallas is a left-handed pitcher, of course. Jared, a right-handed podcaster,
Right.
said 30%. That was the number one answer, folks. And that got a fatty 46 points. You guys vault all the way to 178 with
Dallas,
one
come on.
question remaining.
Don't fuck me, Dallas. I put the team on my fucking back here. Let's go.
178.
178. We need 22 points.
We need
for those
22.
at home that can't math.
We need 22 points.
This is where I nailed it.
Dallas said the perfect baseball player is 6'4".
We both went 6'4".
You did both go 6'4". That was the fifth most common answer.
Oh,
It did get you double digits. So you get 10 points to bring you up to 188.
oh, you fucking piece of shit! There's no way 6'5" is gonna get it done.
Which means we need 12 points out of 6'5".
Oh, Jared.
So many
We
inches,
got
so many
fucked
different.
on this one.
Is 6'5" worth 12 points?
Oh,
Survey
no.
says
no.
Oh, fucking tired.
4 points for 6'5". That was the seventh most common answer.
How many for 6'3"?
Unfortunately, 6'3" was 18 points and would have been enough for the victory. No.
I thought the resident short king was not going to tack on another inch, but maybe take another inch off.
Oh no. That's a heartbreaker. It was there for the taking, and unfortunately,
Oh,
somebody overinflated the size.
that sucks.
That does suck. That's a tough loss. You guys haven't lost in a while, but that's a tough L.
It was right in front of us.
It was there. It was there for the taking. Even after a 66-point first go at it, you guys had it in your hands and came up
That's awful.
8 points short.
That's awful. We
See,
really
I-
just 1 inch. Yeah.
Well, what I tried to do is I tried to pander to, and this is where I get fucking caught up. I tried to pander to the Judge lovers on here who have ousted Judge or who have ousted Ohtani for Judge as their gatekeeper. I think people need to learn farm animals, like the presence of a donkey and what a donkey does on a farm. Like, educate yourself. The pig. I mean, what the fuck are we doing?
the pig was bad. The goat was perfect. Like, you look like one.
I am
But
one.
yeah, I think as far as like the perfect, like 6'4" is the perfect height. I think Dallas and I getting that immediately means that that's the correct answer. And then my decision to go taller does lend itself to who are the best players in the game right now? Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, like they're taller guys. There's not many smaller dudes that are like, holy fuck, like what a superstar. Like all the superstar players are going to be on the taller side. So again, I'm right. The voters are wrong and we got fucked.
No, I like that. I think, unfortunately, I think what some people are going to take away is that given the opportunity, you were always reaching for an extra inch. I don't.
Why are you coming at me? I'm the one that got the
I'm-
most fucking points. We lost because of you.
I'm not coming at you. We lost. I mean, I think if you would have had more points early, then
You are.
things would have been different
the
for
second
us.
time you've insulted me since we've lost, and I let the
That's
first
not
one
true.
slide and not the second one.
That's not true. That's
Yes,
not true.
it is. You bald fuck. Yes, it is.
See, now you're continuing to project.
No, I'm not. No. How many points did I end up with Jay Hay?
Not enough. Not enough. I can say that as a guy.
126.
Yeah,
126. So like basically double Dallas, something like that. Yeah.
Pretty close.
Almost.
Mhm.
Almost.
Almost.
Which going second is borderline impossible to do. Going second, it's impossible to double.
Oh, yeah,
Goes first.
if I answer the questions for the fucking idiots in discourse who don't know where I just look.
You're lashing out.
I am, and I'm getting ready to say some things.
No, I am.
Yeah, I am, and I'm getting ready to say some things I don't mean. So I think I need to just reel it in.
Yeah, you got to go to the bus though, right?
I do have to go to the bus. I am about as close to being the last person on the bus as I need to be.
Okay.
Quick
Final thought
before Dallas takes his headphones off. My brother Dylan just had his first child 2 days ago, and the thing that was playing in the delivery room in the moment was Dallas Braden's Family Feud episode. So the goat faced one was the first thing that this young child. Shout out to Carter Gino Havens. Welcome to the world. We're very excited to have you. Dallas Braden's face was the first one. Or one of the first things that he saw. So God bless that child on what's going to be a very arduous journey, if that's a sign of anything. But
yeah,
not a bad way to enter the world, my friend.
Jesus. All right, get out of here.
I'm gone.
All right. There was one more thing I wanted to hit, I think, before we got out of here.
Yeah, I didn't mean to jump you on final thoughts, but I had to get that out before.
No. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was something in the rundown, but whatever. Couldn't have been that important. But either way, Jay, hey, do you have some award-winning nugs for us?
I do. Kyle Schwarber's 45 homers are now tied for the 8th most in a single season in Phillies franchise history, and are 2 from tying his career high of 47 set back in 2023. His 3 45 or more homer seasons are the second most in Phillies franchise history, and behind only Ryan Howard, who did so 4 straight seasons from 06 to 09. For reference, players with 3 seasons of 45 or more homers in the wild card era are A-Rod, Bonds, Sosa, Ryan Howard, Griffey, McGuire, Judge, Pujols, Thome, Albert Bell, and now Kyle Schwarber. Agustin Ramirez is the first NL catcher with 3 games with multiple stolen bases in a single season since Mike Gonzalez for the 1918 St. Louis Cardinals. So kind of a fun statistical quirk. A lot of running as a catcher for Ramirez. Hurston Waldrop's 0.73 ERA at another great start last night is the second lowest among qualified MLB pitchers since the beginning of August, which is when he debuted, behind only Jacob Lopez of the A's, who has a 0.70 ERA. Wyatt Langford is the first Rangers batter aged 23 or younger to have a game with 3 or more walks and a homer since Joey Gallo in 2017. Shane Bieber, this is not so much a nug as a note, but Shane Bieber will be making his first start since April 2nd, 2024, over the weekend. So that's, when is that? I had that up in front of me. On Friday. So that will be fun to tune in for. And then as it relates to Giancarlo Stanton, who has been a huge part of the Yankees' great play of late, and last night specifically, of the 213 MLB batters with at least 150 plate appearances since Stanton debuted back on June 16th. His 1.031 OPS is the 4th highest, behind only Nick Kurtz, Kyle Stowers, and Bangaliers. And if you're a fan of wins above replacement, Giancarlo Stanton produced 1.3 wins above replacement in 325 games from 2022 to 2024. He has produced 1.8 wins above replacement in 46 games this year. So a half a win more this year than he had in the previous 3 seasons combined.
Pinch hit bomb last night.
Yep. And Vinny Pasquantino, who has been red hot for a decent stretch after a brutal start, is the first Royals first baseman since our friend Eric Hosmer in 2017 to hit 25 homers in a season. And with one more homer, Vinny P will surpass the career high of Hosmer, who topped out at 25 in 16 and 17. So something to look for if you're into Royals history and prestige value and all that sort of good stuff. Shout out to Haas, who we'll see soon. But those are my final thoughts.
I remembered what my final thought was going to be.
What is it?
This is, I don't know. I feel like bucket list is not the right term. Thing that I wanted to accomplish in my career before I walked away. One of those I get to check off today.
What's that?
I was asked to come on the Michael K show today.
No kidding.
Yes.
That's cool. Congrats.
Very cool. Yes. So I know that this may come as a surprise to some of our listeners, but I am a big Michael K fan. I, for years, have been trying to track him down to do an interview for this podcast, but he does his radio show and then he does the broadcast. So every time that they're in town, there's maybe like a 20-minute window where he has free time to do the pod, and it just hasn't lined up, unfortunately. I've been trying since like 2022. But yeah, I admire him a lot because of the work that he puts in, the time that he puts in, having to do full-time radio, and it's a grind just to do one of those jobs. To do two,
For sure.
It's insane. Like looking at Mike Felger, like he does, sports talk radio 4 hours a day, every single day. And like sometimes he'll do TV at night. And it's like, that's just like a 1 hour show with commercials. And it's like, man, like that's a lot of work. But to do a baseball broadcast for the New York Yankees, like, people are paying attention to every word that you're saying. Like burnout has to take factor. Like having time to prepare is cut into because you have a whole nother full-time job that time to prepare is also very important to being able to pull off that job at a high level.
I don't think people appreciate, like, I know that working in sports is cool and that Michael K's job is cool and cooler than almost most other jobs, but like I don't think people understand the level of like toll it takes for let alone, a baseball player, sure, but a broadcaster to go through 162 or 158 or how many they're ever actually broadcasting, in addition to all the radio work and the side projects, quote unquote, that you're talking about. I do a lot of, as and a lot of listeners, I think, but I do a lot of stats research for some broadcasts in Major League Baseball, the play-by-play guy and guys, and I have done more notes this year than I have in any previous season for this setup. And it is the first time that I've felt like I've gone through 162 of a specific team's ebb and flow in a long time, and maybe ever. Like from a notes stat, like knee deep in it every day. And I don't have to then get on the air and talk about it, right? I think about what he has to then turn around and do and find a level of enthusiasm that matches, and applies to Michael K too, obviously, that matches what the listener and the viewer want from their broadcast experience every day, because they're not tuning in looking to be made to feel tired or lethargic. They're looking to be energized or soothed or entertained by this product, and they have to show up every day to do that. And just putting aside that, I think if people were to step back and really think about just the amount of talking, the amount of moving your mouth and having to figure out things to say that aren't completely vapid and useless is way, way harder than people think. And like color guys, also a very hard job. They can lay out for extended periods of time if they don't have anything to say, depending on how a particular game is produced. Play-by-play guys have to be there for the whole game, whether they're tired, whether they're disinterested or whatever. And I'm glad you brought that up as a final thought, because A, that's very cool for you. That's my main takeaway. But B, it's your point about what these guys carry from a workload perspective. I don't think anybody could, who's not in the industry and not doing it. And it's what, 30, 40 years of it too, right? So
yeah.
It's like, it's a blessing for sure. And these guys are very lucky, these guys and girls, but it's hard. It's really hard.
It's very hard. And it's very time consuming, and it's not a job that you can be half in, half out. Like you've got to be all in for both of them. Like if you're going to be filling up 4 hours of airtime every day, like we do this podcast 3 times a week, and it's, a couple hours. you're filling up 4 hours of airtime Monday to Friday and then doing 6, sometimes 7 broadcasts for the Yankees every night, it's a lot of work. So I think, and I've also just been a fan of his because he talks baseball. He talks about baseball on a major drive time like radio show where here in Boston, the top dog will tell you we can't talk baseball. No one will call it. No one cares. Like you can't do an hour of baseball talk on sports radio anymore. Like that's what we're being told over here. And then Michael K does it every single day, and he's got a ton of callers, and the clips from his show that go out on YouTube, they always do great numbers. So like you can do it, you just have to do it right, and he does it right. So I am very excited to have been asked to come on today. I mean, by the time this podcast comes out, I'm sure it'll already have happened. But yeah, we can we'll break down how the experience went on Monday's episode.
Love it. Good luck to you and congratulations. Your star continues to burn bright.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
So. Yep.
I'm genuinely excited. I get asked to do some cool stuff, but like this was one of the ones where I was like, yeah, I really want to be able to do that. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. Am I forgetting anything? No. We're good.
No, I mean, it's all good. We'll cover it on Monday if we forgot it. Right. We always have their backs.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching and listening to Baseball is Dead this week. We very much appreciate it. As I've said a million times, you can get your baseball content anywhere, and we know that, and we don't take your support and your viewership and your listenership for granted. We're really getting in front of our postseason plans this year. It's as I've been saying, it's the farthest out I think we've started planning for postseason stuff ever. So we really want to nail it this year. We really want to bring you guys entertaining content, stuff that we have never really done before. We want to be doing and a variety of, I guess, content ideas we want to be able to do this year to kind of change it up, keep it interesting, and introduce some new names and faces. Maybe Hosmer gets in the mix on some playoff content. That would be cool.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yep.
Sir.
But we will be back on Monday, as always, with more Baseball is Dead. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and we will see you then.
We gone.